The deconversion story. Deconversion story for me is quite a long one, so I think I'm going to shorten it up and just kind of give the essentials. Grew up in a Christian household. Basically, my faith in God decided to dwindle at about the age of 7, 8. Initial moments, if you want to call them that, were basically a series of 4 events. 1, I never believed Jesus Christ was the Son of God. That was the first point. 2, I never liked the way the Bible referred to people as sheep and shepherds. At the time, it never made sense to me. I personally didn't like the idea of being associated with an animal that you cut its hair off and wear. Seemed sort of barbaric to me. 4th was the fact that even growing up, my parents did Bible study with me. And there were things in there that just made me scratch my head going, if God loves everyone, why does he kill so many people? And the 4th one was the minister that we had was quite literally an idiot. Even at the age of 7. It was so evident that the man was just stupid. His idea of a funny joke was bad puns, and that's all he ever did. That's all he could tell for a joke was a bad pun. Or a joke that you would hear in a childhood playground. You know, the old liar, liar, pants on fire? This was the kind of adult that would actually say that and mean it. So between those 4 points, I had a lot of questions that just didn't make much sense. Well, shortly after that, I ended up getting hit by an automobile. By all accounts, the automobile should have killed me. I walked away from it with 3 scratches. That was it. A good case of shock as well. But for all accounts and purposes, I walked away from it unharmed. But something changed after that. My faith in God was dwindling, and it dwindled even more after that. It's hard to explain in an intelligent manner, but basically I fell underneath the car. And there's no logical reason that I would fall underneath the car, because I froze. I utterly froze when I saw the car. And the next thing I remember is being dragged close to 50 yards. Mind you, this is on ice, so I slid fairly easy. It's also why it took her 50 yards to stop the fucking vehicle. And the next thing I remember is sitting underneath the car, pounding on the bumper. But there I was, alive and well. And my faith in God was dwindling ever more. The final stroke that severed all my ties in organised religion was a party for my father. They were celebrating 2 things. He had just got a job promotion, a well-deserved and much-needed job promotion, I must admit, and the fact that I was perfectly fine from the whole ordeal. During the party, a man got drunk and assaulted me. Now here's the thing. I've grown up around alcoholics all my life. 2 of my cousins are alcoholics. 1 died of alcohol poisoning. I have an uncle. My only memory of the man, outside of the fact that he was an alcoholic, is we were camping one day, and I made myself breakfast, and I made quite the mess in the cottage. Quite the mess. I had cereal everywhere. I had milk everywhere. I was sitting up on the table, proud as punching myself for making my own cereal, and my uncle comes out of his bedroom, doesn't even go to the washroom, opens up the cupboard, left hand side of the cupboard, pulls out the bottle of Jack Daniels, pours 2 ounces into a cup, slams it back, hits his chest twice, and goes, "That's a hot start." So, it wasn't like I wasn't accustomed to being around alcoholics or drunks. The man assaulted me in my own home, or a member of the church my parents attended. And in that moment, 2 things came to fruition. My belief in organised religion and God was severed entirely in that one moment. The one moment I truly needed God. The one moment I truly needed help of any sort. I was utterly alone at the age of 8 years old. I punched the man square in the balls as hard as I could and ran away crying to my parents. That was my only defense. In that moment, I made the decision as I was running to my parents, I would never be a victim again. Never. I stayed in the Christian religion afterwards for a while, but over time I started to distance myself from people at church more and more. The more I saw them, the more I got angry. The more they preached about love and forgiving your fellow man, the more hatred I felt towards these people. The church to me became a heathen, a protective blanket for criminals and people who would harm other people. To me, that's what it became. A place for these people to hide. Eventually my parents just stopped asking me to go to church. The church actually asked me to stop going as well. I don't think they appreciated my interaction, shall we say, with the others. Because I personally had no care for them. Indoctrinating propaganda they spewed out of their mouths, the more and more I loathed them. And the thing is, it never went away. It just kept growing. This hatred, this loathing, this anger, it just kept growing in me. And it was bizarre, I have to admit, it was really bizarre. To wake up in the morning and your first thought is never again, and who can I protect from this happening to again? Those are the only two thoughts you have. You don't want to lash out at people, but you want to protect them from the insanity that organised religion in general protects and hides. The extremism that organised religion collects and brings to itself by its nature. Eventually over time, and this was 17 years later, if not longer. No, it would be longer, it'd be closer to 19 years. I finally let go of the anger. Finally. And the man I have to thank for it doesn't even know how much he did for me. All he ever did was tell me 2 words, and I went on a trip, and I found home. And I found a place that I could forgive myself for the anger and the hatred that had welled up inside me for so long. You hear people who say war is necessary. Well, I tell you this, the only thing you find down that road of hatred, loathing, anger, is one of 2 things. The unrelenting will to defend, or the unrelenting will to destroy. I don't honestly know what prevented me from going down the other road. Short of the fact that I never wanted to see that happen to another human again. I never wanted another person to suffer the way I'd suffered. And there I stood, on a precipice, in the middle of nowhere, all alone. I just let it go, in one moment. And afterwards I found my resolve strengthened. My resolve to protect humanity, my resolve to protect people, my resolve to protect the environment had not been diminished in any way, shape or form. It had actually been strengthened because I was no longer blinded by my own rage. My religion, my faith was squashed. My innocence stripped away. All by someone who claimed they believed in a god of a religion and hid behind that religion and hid behind those people. Do I hate religion? No. Do I view organized religion as a place to hide people who are sick? Yes. For if you stand alone, and if you stand alone with your own views and you are willing to present them, there is no one else to judge but you, and there's no one else to be judged or attached to you in how you are viewed. Am I an atheist? No. Am I a Christian, Muslim, Buddhist, Jew? No. Closest thing I can come to finding to call myself would be pagan, and even that does not fit. Do I believe there is a deity out there of sorts? Yeah. Do I care for it? No. I despise the son of a bitch. Or daughter. However you want to call it. What do I view it as? Omnipotent? No. All-powerful? Not at all. I think the closest thing to God, as it were, in terms of a referenceable point, is the energy that courses through every person that we deem a soul. And henceforth every living creature, plant, has that same energy flowing through them. The principle of science states that energy is neither created nor destroyed, only changes form. So when a person dies, the soul, quote unquote, does not go anywhere else but out into the universe, joins back up with the energy, eventually creates new life. But that's all it is energy. Not definable, not stagnant, just energy. So if you want to call my belief in energy a belief in a deity or a god, so be it. Do I worship it? Fuck no. Do I care for it? Fuck no. Is it present? Science has proven there's electrical signals run through your body. Closest thing to a soul, closest thing to a god I can see, closest thing to a god I can believe in. That's about it. So does it care what we do? Does it care if you're a bad person? Does it care who you sleep with? Energy is energy. Does it care what you look like? Does it care if you commit suicide? The answer's no. So what do you have then, if that's your point of view? You have a faith that humanity doesn't destroy itself. You have a faith in humanity that it can continue on. And you have a faith in humanity that maybe one day people will wake up and realise that there is no difference between me, you, the plant outside your house, the cat sitting on top of your fridge, or that piece of beef you consumed Friday night. It's all the same thing. It's all energy. Take care of yourself, take care of your family, and try to be a good human. Because if I'm right, then there's nothing to worry about.